Sitting here at work just pissed off. I haven't seen much of my son this year. Didn't get him for the summer because of this dang virus. I'm pissed about that. Found out at the end of September that wife of 5 years is cheating on me. I spent most of my time doing the FBI thing, which has been a giant can of worms with no apparent bottom. Have had this nasty woman at my house, and I have to sit there and pretend that nothing is wrong when I just want to throw everything at her and kick her out. My lawyer just keeps telling me, not yet. I haven't slept in my bed in almost 2 months. Going to burn that when she's gone, have had no sex, which has caused her to accuse me of cheating. If she tries to hug me or kiss me, I have to sit there and take it when it makes me want to vomit. When I look at her, I see bugs crawling all over. I want her gone. But it's just not yet. Not yet. Not yet. There's not much left to burn on my views. It's like being locked in a big room with someone, and there's just a table there. And the room echoes, and they start tapping on the table and tapping until you want to just flip the table and strangle them. I can't even talk to anybody about right now because not yet. Not yet. Not yet. I'm angry at myself and disappointed in myself for putting myself in the position to let someone do this to me again. I just want this to be over, and I miss my son. Update also provides some background as my wife's browsing history. Yes, I am. Spying shows she hasn't used Reddit in 6 months. Honestly, at this point I don't even care. I'm white-knuckling it right now. Anyone who has found out and said nothing until they served their cheating piece of crap. You have my admiration. This is freaking hard. I got home late Sunday. It's a 1,400-mile drive. This was good. I really didn't want to see or talk to her. I was tired, went to my chair and slept. I haven't slept well in 2 months. I've lost 15 pounds. I look and feel like crap, but it was the first 8 hours I had gotten in a while. Monday, my wife tried to initiate some intimacy. I just cannot get it up for this woman. My Johnson is up bright and early before me every morning. So this is nothing physical with me. It's just that for once, my dick is in total agreement with my mind and heart. This upset her, and we got a pretty heated argument. I told her maybe it was something wrong with me. I'm 50 years old. This crap happens. She started insinuating again that I'm cheating on her. She said that I'm not being a good husband. I haven't screwed her in over 2 months. I haven't told her I loved her in over 2 months. Clearly, I'm doing something behind her back. I mean, she tried to gaslight the crap out of me. Yeah, I was doing something behind her back. I was piecing everything together. D-Day for me was September 25th. I work in collision repair. Specifically, I work on the vehicles that are considered train wrecks. September 25th. I wound up cutting my leg open on a truck I was working on. That was a trip to the emergency room. I got 5 stitches inside my leg and 34 stitches on the outside. It was pretty bad. I got put on some hefty painkillers and there was no way I was going to drive. So I called my wife. No answer. Called 5 minutes later. No answer. Called again. No answer. I texted her, babe, pick up. I need you. Call me. Called her again. No answer. More texts, nothing. About an hour and a half of this. So I got an Uber to take me home. We turned onto my street, come in view of my house, and she is standing in our doorway, completely sucking face with the GM of where she works. I told the driver to stop. This wasn't a pet, folks. They were swapping spit. She was supposed to be at work. I pulled out my phone, took a couple of pictures, and told the driver to keep driving. I had him take me back to work. I sat there in the break room for 4 hours, head down on the table, numb, freaking heartbroken. When the painkillers wore off, I drove home in pain from my leg and from everything going through my head. She wasn't home when I got there. She came home a couple of hours later. She acted all concerned. Maybe she was, maybe she wasn't. I don't know. I asked her how her day was, and she made up some BS about work that day. I know it was BS. A week later, I learned for the first time that she hasn't worked a Friday in 3 years. I've never really used Reddit much. It was always there, but I had no real interest in it till then. I was looking for crap on dealing with cheaters and this sub showed up along with YouTube videos. So I read stuff here just trying to find out what the hell I should be doing right now. I was reading about all the red flags and just saying, yup, Well, that fits her to a D. Always on the phone, always texting for some freaking reason. Can't answer my calls or texts. She had no idea until last Monday that I had sat in an emergency room trying to call her text here in 2 whole friggin' months. She had not looked at her chat log at all. She was yelling at me that I need to be a better husband, that I'm not doing enough for her. I got so freaking pissed. I grabbed my phone, opened the chat log and shoved it in her face, showed her those unanswered texts. I really raised my voice, but I yelled at her that the one time I needed her to be there for me, I got ghosted. She pulled out her phone and looked. Then she left the house for a couple of hours. When she came back, she apologized and then lied right to my freaking face. She had a hard day at work that day. Didn't notice because she was so busy. The truth is, she didn't know about the calls and texts because she was too busy screwing her boss in my house to answer the phone. In the time between that day and now, I've snooped her phone, her laptop, her iPad, learned I could look at all her crap from one of her old phones. I've installed cameras in the house. I've been watching her cheat on me in real time for 2 months. Let me tell you something. I've always thought Apple products are for idiots. They really are. Cheaters should probably start using Android or something because Apple thinks across everything. I've learned that she doesn't just dislike my son. She frickin' hates that kid. Probably because him being at my house in the summer was cramping her style. I've learned this affair has been going on for years. I've learned it's not just her boss. One of the men she has been screwing has been someone I have worked with and considered a friend for over 14 years. She works with his wife. His wife has been helping her hide the affair with her boss. They friggin' introduced me to her. They watched me propose to her. They were at the wedding. They let me marry this woman knowing she was cheating on me. I know of 4 men. 2 I know. 2 I don't know. That's screwed in my bed, on my couch, on my kitchen table where I eat in my shower. These a-holes have used my gosh darn soap to wash their freaking balls. I went up to my property where I hunt deer to get away for 1 weekend. I invited her. I always ask her to come whenever I go anywhere. She always declines. When I got back, I just watched this parade of men go through my house and screw my wife. She didn't even shower and clean herself off between 2 of them. What a frickin' pig. Yay! There's a camera in the bathroom, too. Same thing when I went to Chicago for Thanksgiving. She spent the whole weekend screwing other men in my home in my bed. For 2 months, I have kept this to myself until I told my ex-girlfriend what is going on. I'm wearing this coal mask, but I'm inches from Hulk smash mode. I almost confronted her about her cheating, but I just ate the lies she told me. I freaking apologized for the argument. I told her I would make an appointment with a doctor for my erectile dysfunction, and then I read her text to her boss, calling me a limp dick, and she can't wait for Friday. This is not the woman I fell in love with 7 years ago. I like to say she's pure evil, but I'm thinking she's got severe mental health problems. Certainly she's a sociopath. Whatever. I did not sign up for this. It was very hard for me to ask her to marry me. Since my first divorce, I had a hard time believing that anything nice a woman said to me was what she really meant. I've chased off 2 fantastic women in my life because I was still screwed in the head for my first wife. More so what I went through after the divorce then, she didn't really love me. I got raped in my first divorce. I walked away from it with $43 in my pocket. No home, no car, no means to my job, no support from my family, and had to couch surf for the next 3 years because everything I made went to alimony and paying off our debt. 22 years old in my life. Screwed before it really even started. I spent my 24th birthday on my friend's couch, drunk with a gun in my mouth, bawling like a baby because I didn't have the stones to do it. I saw no light at the end of the tunnel. Well, since that day, I have kept $43 in my wallet to remind me the lowest I have ever been. I'm not saying that's where I am now, but I feel like I did after that. Yeah, I'm wiser and covered my butt this time. But, you know, the first time I caught them in the act had to do it the old-fashioned way. Come home early from a trip. But it was over. The extent of the gaslighting was her saying it's not what it seems, and then screaming at me to stop it and beat the crap out of my brother and his friend. Don't do this. This hurt me in the divorce big time, but it was over. There was no BS. Nothing could be denied. All the therapy I've gone through, It's all gone this time around. It's this slow process of deceit, holding everything in, just getting lied to all the time. Even when she doesn't need to lie, she lies. I feel that every time I blink, she screws some other guy.